Imagine standing on a stage in a room designed to hold 2,000 people. You hold a single violin. When you draw the bow across the string, the sound doesn't just dissipate into the rafters. Instead, it carries. A listener in the very last row, nearly 100 feet away, hears the note with a clarity that feels almost impossible, as if the performer were whispering directly into their ear. This isn't a trick of amplification or hidden speakers. It is the result of a highly calculated, $500 million experiment in fluid dynamics and geometry. In the world of elite acoustic engineering, we call this invisible architecture. It is the science of manipulating air molecules to ensure that every vibration is directed, reflected, and preserved with mathematical precision. To understand how these rooms work, we have to look at sound not as an abstract concept, but as a physical wave moving through a medium. When a string vibrates, it pushes against the air, creating a ripple of high and low pressure that travels at about 343 meters per second. In a standard room, these waves hit flat walls and bounce back haphazardly, creating a chaotic overlap we perceive as muddiness. However, in a masterfully engineered hall, the architect treats these waves like water in a canal. By controlling the timing of these reflections, engineers can create a sense of envelopment. This occurs when sound reaches your ears from the sides just a few milliseconds after the direct sound from the stage, tricking your brain into feeling like you are submerged within the music. For over a century, the shoebox design was considered the gold standard of acoustic perfection. Examples like the Musikverein in Vienna are long, narrow, and rectangular. This shape is intentional. The narrow width ensures that sound reflections from the side walls reach the listener's ears very quickly, providing that crucial lateral energy that creates a rich, full sound. But as audiences grew, architects wanted to bring people closer to the stage, leading to the Vineyard style. In these halls, like the Elbphilharmonie in Hamburg, the seating rises in terraces around the performers. While this improves sightlines, it creates a massive engineering challenge. How do you maintain that rich, reflected sound when the walls are now behind the audience instead of beside them? The solution lies in the ceiling and the walls. If you look up in a modern hall, you will often see massive, curved panels suspended in midair. These are known as acoustic clouds. Their job is to intercept sound waves that are heading toward the high ceiling and reflect them back down to the performers in the front rows. This prevents the sound from feeling lost in the volume of the room. Furthermore, the walls themselves are rarely smooth. They are covered in thousands of unique, microgeometries designed through mathematical diffusion. These textures break up sound waves and scatter them in multiple directions, preventing harsh echoes and ensuring that the room sounds warm and balanced regardless of where you are sitting. Despite our incredible computing power, many of the world's most expensive halls are still designed using physical 1/10 scale models. Engineers build an exact miniature replica of the hall down to the texture of the seats and the skin of the audience members. Because sound waves are physical, they scale with the size of the room. To simulate how real sound will behave, engineers fill the model with nitrogen to adjust the air density and use ultrasonic microphones to record high-frequency chirps. This allows them to hear a simulated version of the hall's acoustics before a single full-scale beam is placed. It is a bridge between the digital world and the physical reality of how air moves through a complex space. The choice of materials is the final layer of this engineering puzzle. We often see heavy hardwoods like oak or maple in these spaces, but it isn't just for aesthetics. Wood of a specific density and thickness provides the right amount of resonance without absorbing too much energy. However, modern engineering is pushing even further. We now see the rise of active acoustics. Some new halls use integrated sensors and hidden motorized panels that can change their angle or surface texture in real time. This allows the room to tune itself. A solo pianist might need a more reflective, live room, while a full Wagnerian opera requires more absorption to maintain clarity. We have moved toward the future where the building itself is an instrument, adjusting its own physics to match the frequency of the art being created.